Yeah, welcome. So these, past several weeks we've been working more at this heart center and loving kindness. Now we're going to switch down into the belly center. And this is our place of action, our place of vitality, our place of power. So here, just beginning to feel into the differences of where we even focus our attention. Rather than, doing a lot of our meditation from the heart, it has a very particular feel. When we go down into the belly, it has a very different feel. It has a very different effect on us when we're focusing down here in the belly center. This is a place where, it's like you could call it your place of action. It's where your feet are. It's where you can actually, take steps. And this is one of those places where posture actually becomes interesting to play with. So one of the things that was said over and over again when I was first learning about mindfulness was, you're supposed to sit upright with your back straight and your feet on the floor. And the phrase that they would use is like, and you take a calm, dignified posture. I'm like, I don't know what that means. It's like I just kind of sit here. I don't even know what calm, dignified means. And it's like, it hurts my back to sit this way. And so I'd like sit supported in a chair, kind of leaning back. I'm like, no, actually, this feels good. And then I started playing with my posture and noticing that it's like if I am laying down when I meditate, it can be very calming, very relaxing. Or if I'm sitting like laying back in a chair, it feels very open and expansive. And then when I was practicing actually sitting like at the edge of my seat with my feet on the ground, I actually felt empowered. And so for me, it's like that's the word I come back to. Rather than dignified, it's empowered. There's a sense of being able to take a step, to move, to actually be right here, alert, but not just alert, but able to take action. And so that's what I want to start with playing with today is just our posture and playing with that sense of body sensation. And there's some research, there's a little bit of debate back and forth, whether it's replicable or not, and it's still kind of in the works right now. But that there's this feedback between our bodies and how we feel. So, one of these old research studies is they'd make people hold a pencil in their mouth so they kind of look like a smile while they're rating stuff. And they rate things as funnier because their cheeks are like lifted into a smile. So there's like this feedback from your physiology that says, oh, we're smiling, we're happy, okay. Same thing with our bodies. When we're relaxed and open, the feedback to the body goes, oh, we're calm. Okay, we're calm, that's what it is. When our bodies are in a place of power, that feeds back to the brain, kind of giving that impression of like, oh, I have power. I have power and I can act. So just really even feeling into how your body communicates back to your brain what you can do. So even sitting in your chair, is it difficult to stand up? Do you have to like kind of readjust to pull up? There's that sense of like sluggishness or weighted down sensation. And that can kind of feed back into, oh, I can't actually take action. It's like I procrastinate. It's so much work to just actually get up and get going. Sometimes it's like slouch down in the chair where it's almost just like I can't handle anything more. It's just nothing's coming. There's just so much coming in my way. I'm just going to kind of cave in and just kind of sit here. And then there's this place of in the middle, where it is that sense of I'm balanced, I can hold my own weight, and I'm ready to take action if needed. I don't have to take action, I'm just ready. So even if right now you could put your feet on the ground, and I'm personally one of those people that prefers to sit cross-legged, even in a chair, but there's something different about putting your feet on the ground for this. So it's like, even if you have to scoot to the edge of your chair, moving around just a little bit so you can feel your feet on the ground, particularly your heels. So it's like, if you can even lift your toes up a little bit and you can feel your heels. And now even imagine that you're going to stand up, pressing through your heels. So this would be just this little like push. It's just this little tiny push that just goes up. I can get up through your heels. And if you notice, all the muscles in the back of your legs and your thighs kind of pull up as you're getting ready to stand up. When you're pressing down in your heels, I want you to do it again, just kind of slowly, and notice your belly when you're doing it. So it's like, if you push down, your belly kind of pulls in and tightens just a little tiny bit. And it's that readiness. It's like your belly is ready. It's holding and it's ready. And so again, this is kind of that feedback to the body that says, oh, take an action right here. I can do this. It's really interesting to play with. The next time that you're sitting there procrastinating, kind of notice where your energy is. A lot of times it's way out here. It's like we're thinking, we're swirling. It's just kind of up here. Take a moment to feel into your body, feel into your feet on the ground, even do that little push through the heels, feel into the belly, breathing into the belly, and notice what happens. There's a little bit more of this sense of like, oh, my body says I can do it. My brain might not, my thoughts might not, but my body is saying, oh, I can do it. And it's just the body. It's just the physical body feeding back to the brain and helping to support you. And so that's what we're going to even just play a little bit more with in our meditation practice, is feeling these body sensations, these feedback, really specifically from the belly down through the feet, feeling into the legs, the feet on the ground. And again, almost that tensing of the muscles that's ready to act. And again, this is all just the support to play, to practice. But again, taking that place of non-judgment that says whatever comes up is welcome. Whatever the experience is, it is. And so if I notice that I'm sitting here and I'm like, oh, I can't feel into my belly at all. I can go down to my feet, I can feel my thighs, but nope, belly, not happening. You go, okay, that's what it is. That's what I'm sensing. That's what I'm going to notice. And that's it. That's okay. So again, just whatever comes up, whatever you notice, all is welcome. And with that, we'll play. All right. So again, just kind of playing with your posture as you're settling in here. And you get to choose however it's going to be for you today, whether you need to use back support, whether you want to play with sitting at the edge of your chair. I invite you to feel your feet on the ground. But again, paying attention to your body, that's always most important. If your body says you need to shift positions, then you shift positions. So feeling your body, noticing yourself just on your chair, maybe wiggling just a little bit. Just feeling your body sitting on a chair. And from here, beginning to notice your breath. Inhaling, exhaling. Beginning to notice the movement of your body as you breathe. Feeling the chest expand and contract as you breathe. And if you're sitting more forward than you normally do, maybe even noticing how that affects the way your ribs expand and contract. Sometimes when we're not leaning up against something, there's more movement in the back as you breathe. Feeling the rise and fall of your chest. Noticing the ribs as they open away from the sternum on your inhale. Relaxing back with the exhale. And you can even take deliberate, deep breaths if you want to, or you can just follow the way your breathing already is. Whatever helps you to really start to sense those body movements as you're breathing right now. Sometimes I like to breathe right into my back. Almost that sense of noticing the back that I don't normally pay attention to. And as you're breathing, allowing that attention to go further down into your belly. Noticing the rise and fall of your belly as you breathe. And again, maybe even noticing if you're sitting a little bit differently today, whether the stomach feels a little different. Sometimes there's a little bit more holding in those abdominal muscles. And how does that affect the breath down there in the belly? For myself, I tend to notice more of an up and down movement in the lower belly rather than a front to back movement. But just noticing movement in your belly, feeling the breath, perhaps even noticing the movement of the breath all the way from the top of the chest down towards the hips. Everything expands up and out and towards the side in the inhale, relaxing back towards the center on the exhale. And from this place, checking in, seeing where you are right now in this moment, scanning through your body, noticing the physical sensations that are here. Just a quick check-in. Notice, there's tension in the forehead, or there's hunger in the belly, or coldness on my toes, whatever is present for you. It's almost that greeting of, oh, hello, body, there you are. I see you. There's nothing to change. There's no right or wrong. Just physical sensations. And then checking in with your thoughts. Noticing the thoughts that are present right now. You can notice the content of the thoughts. You can notice the pattern of thinking, whether it's fast or slow or sharp or foggy or relaxed or daydreaming or intent, pressured. Your thinking doesn't have to be any particular way. Just noticing how the thinking is right now in this moment. Just allowing it to be whatever it is. And then noticing the emotions. Just noticing what's here. Sometimes it's surprising to check in and go, oh, there's a whole layer of things happening here. I didn't even realize it. And just allowing those to be there. And sometimes you can't even put a name to them, but you just notice, oh, there's intensity here, or there's flatness here, or there's confusion. I don't even know what I'm feeling here. No right or wrong, just noticing. That reacquainting with yourself just right now in this moment. And that taking in all of you, your breath, the physical sensations, the thoughts, the emotions, just breathing in, noticing this is your starting point. This is where you are in this moment. Just this. And then from here, beginning to play with dropping the awareness lower, lower down into the belly. And you can even put your hands on your belly if you want to, if that feels right for you. Noticing what it feels like to have movement way down in your abdomen. Whether there's a muscle pulling in and contracting a little bit. We're told to suck in our stomachs all the time. And you don't have to change anything, or you can. It's all experimenting and play. It's observing, just noticing what happens when you play. Noticing what happens when you breathe all the way down to your hips, to your pelvic bowl. Feeling your breath, your awareness sink way low in your torso. Perhaps noticing movement in your low back and your sacrum. Sometimes you can even feel the sacrum just tilting up just a little bit with the inhale and rocking back with the exhale. Or you might feel a little bit of expansion in your sides, right there at your waist, breathing in, the waist pulling out to the sides, and relaxing back with the exhale. And whatever you notice, almost noticing just, again, those thought reactions, the emotion reactions, whether there's a concentration, trying to figure it out, or a boredom that says, oh, I know this stuff already, I can do it. Or a frustration that says, I can't feel anything. Or mind wandering. You just notice it all, welcome it all, and then come back to the belly, breathing way down in the belly. And then from here, feeling your feet on the ground, you can even wiggle your toes. Feel the way you can bounce your heels a little bit. Feel your feet. And as you're feeling your feet, even noticing what that does to your legs, to your hips, to your sit bones. There's that little bit of movement in your seat as you wiggle your feet. Just kind of noticing movement. What does it feel like to move? Just these little tiny movements while breathing way low in your body. So even as you move, the breath doesn't pop back up to the chest. It stays way low in the belly, even as you're moving those little tiny movements. And even pressing into the heels again, where as you press into the heels, you feel the thighs engage, the muscles tightens up into the belly, pulls in just a little tiny bit. You can feel it kind of pull in as you press through your heels. You might even feel your whole pelvic bowl just engaging, getting ready to stand up. It holds you up, gets ready for action. And then again, noticing if you held your breath. That's okay. It's normal. We tend to, when we suck everything up, it kind of goes all the way up to the top. And then breathing, relaxing down, and seeing if you can breathe down into your belly while also pressing through your heels and feeling that belly engage. So you're pressing down into the engaged muscles of your belly and your thighs and your legs and your feet. It's almost like the breath can activate those muscles. Just noticing what that feels like. And then if you want to even play a little bit further, as you're breathing way down in the belly, almost as if the breath can go with your attention, and you exhale from your belly, through your legs, through your feet, all the way down into the ground, almost as if you can exhale out the bottom of your feet. And then you inhale through the bottom of your feet, all the way up to that belly. So there's this movement of breath of exhaling from the belly, down the legs, out the bottom of the feet, and then inhaling up through the feet, through the legs, all the way into the belly. So you're inhaling right there into the belly. You can feel the fullness of the belly, and then exhaling from the belly, through the legs, through the feet, all the way out the bottom of the feet with your exhale. And if that feels too complicated, then you just let that go and just practice your breathing, staying right there in your belly. Or you can continue just feeling that cycle of breathing up through your feet into your belly, and then exhaling from your belly all the way out the bottom of your feet. I notice for myself, I begin to feel an extra energy, almost as if I am ready to move. I've got an extra just reservoir of energy ready to step up. But for you, it might be something different. Just noticing what happens as you inhale from the bottom of your feet all the way up to your belly, and then exhale from your belly all the way out the bottom of your feet. And then letting that go, bringing your awareness back to just the breath, checking in with yourself again here at the end, noticing your body now in this moment, from your head all the way down to your feet. Noticing the thoughts, noticing the emotions. And again, just that quick check-in. Oh yes, this is where I am in this moment, at this time. letting all of your awareness come to your breath. And taking a few more breaths. And when you feel ready, opening your eyes.